Hey, happy Memorial Day, everybody. Hope everybody's had a great weekend and got to enjoy some time with family and friends and got to grill out or just be with people you love or do whatever it is that you wanted to do this weekend. Had a good time with family this weekend and had a day to myself today. Had the grandkids overnight Saturday night. Went out to see my folks yesterday. So spent a lot of time with family. It was really good and enjoyed it. But I've just been puttering around in the comic room today and a little bit something different for me. Thought I'd show some new comics. Uh, Usually I don't, I've probably got maybe a handful of new books that I get. And they're kind of like, I guess, Silver and Bronze Age idea based. Uh, but just, I collect a few, but I just thought I'd, try a little bit of some stuff that I used to collect. Well, I get my new stuff most of the time from a mail order service. And, you get like the previews a couple of months ahead of time and you go ahead and pre-order stuff and you get a good discount. It's like a 40% discount for most new stuff. But I had ordered some stuff several months ago and I never had gotten it. And I got on the website and I was like, well, they owe me a bunch of books. I was, what's going on here? And usually, sometimes I'll go ahead and pay up front, or they'll like, charge you at a certain time of the month or whatever. And I'm like, what's going on here? Well, I found out why I didn't get the books. I had got a new, and I do this periodically, probably every 5 or 6 months. I got a new debit card just to kind of keep scammers and stuff and my card being stolen and all that. Well, I had forgotten to update that in my info on that website. So, I guess they had tried to charge my card, and that card no longer was valid. So that's on me. Anyway, after I got the new card on, all the stuff, there was like probably 3 months worth of stuff. I don't know, maybe more. But they wouldn't send anything until I had updated, and I had, paid for that 1 month that I hadn't paid for. Anyway, it all ended good. Got my stuff the other day. So I just kind of show stuff I got. Some of the stuff I used to collect a while back, and I just kind of started getting it again. A lot of it I'm probably going to drop. I was always a fan of Erik Larson's Savage Dragon. So I've been getting it, I've got a couple months worth anyway. And it's okay. It's still a great story and stuff, but it's not really the dragon. It's more like his son, Malcolm Dragon. I don't know if I want to go back and get back into, pick up where the story was or not, but I just kind of enjoyed the art and the stories are always fun. The only other Image thing I got, and I had got the first issue of this and forgot all about the series after that, but this is one that's kind of a take on G.I. Robots called Junkyard Joe by Geoff Johns and Gary Frank and Brad Anderson on the colors. Loved the first issue, and then I totally forgot that it was out. And I ended up getting the last issue, so I'm going to go ahead to fill in before I read this. But the first issue is really good. The art, by Gary Frank, it's always great, and I like Geoff Johns. They sent me some comics for a free comic book day. I don't know if I picked these out or not. Like I say, it's been months. But I got a Uncanny Avengers. Got a Star Trek free comic book day. Day of Blood. And I got Dawn of DC Night Terrors special edition. I don't know, there's going to be like 1 month in July, I think, where it's going to, the Night Terrors thing is going to be like a whole kind of crossover thing. I will not be getting it. That's too much. Shout out to my buddy Rod. Here is Hulk Annual #1. How many Hulk Annuals #1s have there been? And here's just Hulk #14. I think this is the last of this series, and there's going to be a new series just called The Incredible Hulk coming out. And this is another one where I need to get 2 issues and maybe the last one. I'm not sure if this is a 5-issue or a 6-issue, but something else Hulk related. Fun what I read of it. Joe Fixit. Everybody remembers that character from years ago. As far as Marvel, I was always like a Spider-Man fan, an Avengers fan, Hulk, Captain America, like the team titles. I got some Spider-Man books. There's 23, 24, and 25. I was always a fan of, John Romita Jr.'s art. And Wells, I liked his writing. And Dan Slott came back to script some more Spider-Man, so this is just Spider-Man. It's a totally different storyline. It's got Mark Bagley back on the art, and I like Bagley's stuff. Okay, another Avengers #1. I read this one. I actually liked it. This is the lineup. So I really like this one. This is one I don't remember ordering, but Avengers Assemble Omega. I think this is like a multiverse type thing. You know, countless Avengers teams and characters throughout timelines and different universes. And this one I really like. This is Avengers War Across Time #4 and 5. Paul Levitz and Alan Davis. This is really a fun read, so I'm going to be reading these. Daredevil, just because once in a while I just want to dip my toe in the Daredevil universe. There's #10. There's another #1, Warlock Rebirth. Like I said, most of these things I probably will not continue to buy, but this is like 3 or 4 months worth. You got Fantastic Four #6 with a great Alex Ross cover. I did read these two. Here's #7, which is in the legacy numbering with Marvel's #700. So got another great Alex Ross cover. Story was really good. Okay, now got a stack of DC stuff. First, well, some DC and Marvel stuff. But I've been getting into buying some of these facsimile issues just for the simple fact that I want to read them, and I'm not going to be able to afford the originals probably. Never say never, but, this stuff just keeps going up. So here's a Batman 181 facsimile, first Poison Ivy. Brave and Bold 28, first Justice League. Had to have that one. Wiz Comics, first Captain Marvel. Yes, Captain Marvel, not Shazam. Incredible Hulk #1. Had to have that one. Avengers #1. Probably another book I'll never own, so we'll just say I own it anyway. And here was a book that I started like I got like the first 4 issues. And this is by Mark Silvestri, Batman and Joker, the Deadly Duo. Here's #6. Really like this series. #7. This might be the last issue, I'm not sure. It's on DC's Black Label. Batman Brave and Bold, I saw this and I just checked it off and didn't know about the content. It's not a team-up book. It's just Batman and a bunch of other features. There's a pretty cool little Superman story in the back, but not the old Brave and Bold. Superman Lost, I'm missing #2, but I did get #3, and I've got #1. And this is I really like this story. It's a good story. And we got, what do we got here? We got Adventures of Superman John Kent, #2 and 3. It's him going up against Ultraman of the Crime Syndicate, and he kind of falls into the Injustice universe. So it's really interesting. I really like it. Haven't read these yet, but I always like this character. Superboy Man of Tomorrow. Here's the Con-El or Connor version of Superboy. 1 and 2. Action Comics 1054. Superman 3. Yeah, I do remember getting this one. It was a Steve Rude variant of the same issue. Love Steve Rude stuff. The Flash, 796. This is the end of the 1 Minute War. Probably the only reason I got this because it had Jay Garrick in the front. Big Jay Garrick fan. And last issue of Stargirl, The Lost Children. Loving this series. This was one that I was going to get all of regardless. And I want to try, had a new Shazam book. Here's #1. By the same team that's on the New World's Finest book. Mark Waid and Dan Mora. And here's a really nice variant cover of that. Historically, I've not been a big variant cover guy, but some of the stuff, it just kind of struck me and I wanted it. Okay, this is book 5 of Danger Street. Really loving this one. Gonna get all these. And for those of you who don't know, this is where they take all the characters from DC's old first issue special series. You know, Creeper and Warlord and Starman and you know, Dingbats of Danger Street and Green Team and New Gods and Atlas, and they just they throw them all into one story. Lady Cop, Creep, just a bunch of good stuff. It's a good story. And here's number 7. I don't know if this is the variant or not, but this is the cereal box Dark Side variant, I guess. Some of these I'm not sure. I tried out the new Titans book. This is actually really good. May or may not keep it. There'll probably be about 6 titles that I keep getting. And this is a Jim Lee variant, number 1. Spirit World. I picked it up because, you know, I knew it had some kind of connection, or maybe just the title was connected to the old Spirit World magazine that Jack Kirby did back in '71. But I think it's like a lot of mystical characters from DC. I think John Constantine's involved. Haven't read it yet, so. And this is the one of the highlights that I will be getting for however long it lasts. Big Justice Society fan. This is Justice Society American number 4. Great story line going in this one. I will continue to get this one too. World's Finest, Batman and Superman. Here's 14. Got a cool silver and Bronze Age feel. Lots of characters. You got Metamorpho and Supergirl and Robin and the Doom Patrol, and I think the Metal Men show up. The Mazo is in it. Here's it's like a, I don't know, Ultramorpho, I guess it's like Metamorpho and a Mazo mixed. Haven't read these yet, but looking forward to it. Don't even remember ordering this. And Deceased, War of the Undead Gods. I just thought I'd try this. And they just pretty much still have him kind of stupid in the comics, just like the TV show. Peacemaker Tries Hard, number 1. Green Lantern, number 1. I have read this one. This was really good. Green Arrow, have not read this one. I thought I'd try it out. I was a fan of Green Arrow. And last DC, Wonder Woman, $7.99. Thought I'd see what Wonder Woman was up to. Okay, last little stock here, or stack, I should say. Marvel recently reacquired the rights to start publishing Planet of the Apes. And people who know me know I'm a huge Apes guy. So I guess kind of as a prelude to that, they reprinted like all the 11 issues of Adventures on Planet of the Apes, which was actually a reprint in itself for those of you that read the old black and white Marvel magazine, which were 29 issues, and that's like one of my favorite series. They reprinted the first 2 storylines in the 11 issues, and they colored them. So basically, it's just reprinting those first 11 issues that were reprints of the original black and white magazine. But, you know, it's fun stuff. You got George Tusk, you got Doug Minch on the scripts, and George Tusk and Alfredo Alcala, you know, on the stories. I like this, but, you know, probably the only reason I bought them was for the covers, because I'd already read the stories. And, like I say, it's George Tusk on a bunch of this, and then you get into the second part of it where they're adapting Beneath the Planet of the Apes, and you got Alfredo Alcala, one of my favorite artists. There you got Mike, who is this? This is, I think this is Mike Nasser and Klaus Janson. I'm a big Mike Nasser fan, / Netzer. And then on the inside, you got Alfredo Alcala. So if you're an Apes fan, fun stuff. Glad to have it. And the first 2 issues of the Apes series came out. And there goes a few books on the floor. Let me see. And I probably got all the variants that they had coming out of number 1. And got a couple of number 2. But anyway, I'm not really sure what the original was. This might have been the original cover. The rest of them are variants. I was kind of hoping that it would be based on the original Apes movies, but it's based on the last trilogy. And it's okay, because I like those movies, and maybe they'll bring a storyline in from the old Apes series. I don't know, but I'm an Apes guy, so I had to get it. So here's, okay. I think maybe this is number 1. This is a nice cover. Not sure about the artists or any of the writers, but some cool covers here. This is one. It's another variant. So all you Apes guys, which I know there are a few out there. Planet of the Apes is back in comic form, albeit not the original series. And this is probably my favorite cover of all of them. I'm not sure who did it, but I thought that was pretty cool. Looking at that astronaut's helmet. And I actually got a couple of sketch covers because I wanted to find an artist that would do a sketch cover for me, and I was thinking about doing the other one myself. So something to play around with and something to, send off to an artist I like. And here are the 3 issues of number 2 that I have. Not sure what's the original. Oh, but it says variant edition on them, so I guess I should have paid more attention. So this is the original, number 2. Here's a variant, number 2. And another one. So for all you Apes fans, yeah, I know showing new comics is a different thing for me, and may not be everybody's cup of tea, but just kind of show some stuff I wanted to try. Anyway, guys, like I said, hope you're having a great Memorial Day and have had a great weekend with your family and friends, and I'm sure I will see you soon. If not in another video, then next weekend on Comic Book Memories. Rod and I will bringing more of the crazy old guy comic stuff your way. So tune in, and we'll see you soon. Onward and upward.